This is Elder 360, coming to you with nothing but the absolute truth. There's something I would like to speak about. I've spoken about this subject several times in each video I have done, and it would be highly appreciated if you would get this message out to each and every individual that you can. This is the only solution to our problem as a human race. We are supernatural beings. Every human being on this planet has the ability to will for something positive or negative to happen to another and cause it to materialize. I'll say it again. Every human being on this planet has the ability to will for something positive or negative to happen to another and causes it to materialize. We have that ability, and it is a natural functioning of every living entity in the universe. The action of willing is the only entity or action that make things manifest or materialize. Now, we will talk about the law. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. No matter what living entity that exists in the universe, this law makes it possible for every living entity in the universe to prepare the things that they reap. And we will speak about the law for every action, no, the law of repetition. Correction. The law of repetition makes everything in the universe repeat the same basic patterns over and over and over again. Now, what I'm about to explain to you, I didn't read from a book. I received this information in meditation. And creation was used as an example to actually guide me to a conclusion that is extremely profound. These are not my thoughts that I thought of, but these are the thoughts that was given to me in meditation. I was given facts that is true throughout the universe. Now, let's speak about the will. The action of willing for a creation to exist must always exist before the creation itself, every time, is a universal fact. Think about this. Before God created the sun, the moon, and the stars, the sun, moon, and stars didn't get their existence until after God willed for them to be. Everything made by man or woman got its existence after men and women willed for them to be. Before we drink water, before we eat food, or lay down to go to sleep, or take a trip anywhere, we must be willing to do those things. Before anything happens in our life, it has to be our will or the will of someone else. So this is the fact that God was bringing to my attention. As I looked around at creation, everything I saw, I was able to relate it to the fact that something was willing for it to be before they got their existence. So this is a fact that holds true to me. If everybody on the planet was told they could get $1 billion if they could show one creation created or made by any living thing before that living thing willed for the creation to be, nobody could get one dime of that money. Now, that's a 360-degree fact. No matter what entity that lives in the universe, no matter which entity it is, that entity must first will to do what it does before it can do anything. Now, the second 360-degree fact that the intelligence that governs the entire universe revealed to me is the fact that everything in the universe is an entity. Everything in the universe is one individual thing. And also, every entity has a purpose that it serves. So the Creator had me to look at creation again, and when I saw the sand on the ground, I realized that it's 100% true. Each grain of sand is an individual grain. When I paid attention to the trees, each one is an individual tree. I thought about the atoms, the protons, the neutrons, the electrons, the quarks, the leases, the strains, people, everything that the intelligence that governed the entire universe brought my attention to, I realized that it's one individual thing. So if everybody on the planet was told they could get $1 billion right now, if they could show something in the universe that isn't an entity, anything that's not one individual form, nobody could get one dime. So this is undeniable proof that the action of willing is one individual action. Now, here's what the intelligence that governed the entire universe had me to do. Apply the fact that everything is an entity to the fact that before anything is created by any living thing, that living thing must will for it to be. The action of willing for the creation to exist must always exist before the creation itself. So it spells out with universal physics, facts that's true throughout the universe, that the action of willing is one individual action, has a purpose that is served, and its only purpose is to make things manifest or materialize. And this is why we have the saying, where there's a will, there is a way, or when Yeshua, or Jesus, or Emmanuel, or Horus, or Osiris said, not my will, but thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. You know, and this is why some people say if you have a willing mind, you can do anything. So, the third and final fact is this. Everything created by the intelligence that governed the entire universe exists in a variety. My attention was brought to the sand again, the sand on the ground. I saw there's a variety of them. When I thought about the different variety of trees, you know, the trees, there's a variety, stars, planets, people, atoms, protons, neutrons, electrons. Everything that the intelligence that governed the entire universe brought my attention to, I realized it's more than one of them. There's a variety. So if everybody on the planet was told they could get $1 billion right now, if they could show something created by God, the intelligence that governed the entire universe, that does not exist in a variety, nobody get one dime. So this is proof that the action of willing exists in a variety like everything else. Each and every individual has a will of their own. You can will for something to happen. I can will for something to happen. Everybody on the planet can will for something to happen. So each and every individual possesses the only force in the universe that make things manifest or materialize, and that's their ability to will for something to be. So if you're willing for something negative or positive to happen for others, automatically you're sowing. You're creating something. And I remember, I could think back, I wasn't aware of the fact that the action of willing is what causes all things to manifest. I thought the action of willing was my determination, how hard I tried, the effort I put forth, or my act of telling someone to do something. But as you can see, it's the only thing in the universe that make things manifest or materialize. Now, let's pay attention to the law of repetition. The intelligence that governs the entire universe had me to pay attention to creation, and I realized that winter, spring, summer, and fall repeat themselves every year. Earth rotates in a circle, planet rotate around the sun in a circle. We eat and get hungry over and over again, drink water and get thirsty over and over again. Everything that grows from the ground eventually returns back to the ground. Day and night take the place of each other over and over again. We go to sleep and wake up over and over again. When we walk, we put one foot in front of the other over and over again. Every living thing in the universe has a repetitious pattern and a repetitious nature. Fruit trees bear fruit over and over again. Inhale, exhale over and over again. We give off carbon dioxide. Plants take in the carbon dioxide, convert it into oxygen. We inhale the oxygen, convert it back into carbon dioxide. So as this was brought to my attention, something else was made clear to me. Everything that is made by man or woman does the same basic things over and over again. The car, the computers, the appliances in the household, all the machinery does the same basic thing over and over again. So if we was told we can get $1 billion, if we can show one thing, just one entity in the universe that doesn't have the same basic repetitious pattern or repetitious nature, nobody get one dime. Now, so this proves that there's a law of repetition. So when we will for something positive or negative to be for another, we are sowing. And the law of repetition will make whatever we will into existence on others return to us, without us moving a muscle or saying a word, without us doing anything physically or verbally. Now let's speak about the law of every action. There's an equal and opposite reaction. I was asked a question in meditation as I was meditating upon the intelligence that governs the entire universe. And the question was this: when are the things created that you reap? And I thought to myself, when are the things created that I reap? And as I dwelled upon the thought for a few minutes, it dawned on me, wait a minute, if I never sown anything, I can't reap it. So the exact same time I or anyone else create something positive or negative for another, this is the period or time the positive or negative is prepared for ourselves to reap. So we have the law of every action. There's an equal and opposite reaction. That means the reaction is equal on both sides. So time when we will for something positive or negative to be for another, we're preparing something positive or negative for ourselves to reap, because the will is what makes everything manifest, and for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Make sure whatever we will for others, we're preparing for ourselves to reap. Now, we have nothing but the absolute truth here. And this truth, like I said, is something that I didn't make up. It was something that I received when I asked God myself to show me what you want me to know. You know, to school me. Let me know exactly what you want me to know. And this is the information that I received. Now, in conclusion, this is the scenario. If we have an east and a west side, and we have people on each side that really don't like each other, they can be different groups, different nationalities, or whatever, and they are willing for negativity to happen to each other. Automatically, the action of willing is what makes everything manifest, without a shadow of a doubt. So all of this negativity must automatically materialize. But for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. That means they have prepared those things for themselves to reap. Now, the law of repetition will make all that negativity go backwards and forward, go around for negativity. Automatically, both sides will suffer the consequences. Both sides will automatically be destroyed, because that's the mechanics of the universe. If they are doing nothing but willing negativity for each other, that can be in a family, or two people, but anywhere that there's opposition, you're willing negativity for each other, you automatically be destroyed according to God's universal physics. Now, if the people on the east side is willing for the people on the west side to be blessed, but the people on the west side is saying to the east side, I will you to be cursed and have misfortune. The action of willingness will make everything manifest, so blessings and curses and misfortune must begin to materialize automatically. Now, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. That means every time, my brother, every time, mind over matter. So for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. This proves that one side has created a curse for themselves to reap, other side has created a blessing for themselves to reap. Now, the law of repetition must make the negativity go back to the one willing the negativity, and the positivity or the blessings go back to the one who is willing the blessing. Because the law of repetition and the law for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, cannot let a curse come around for a blessing. So what the intelligence that governs the entire universe revealed to me is that when you bless those who curse you, according to the law of repetition and the law for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, according to the fact that the action of willing is what make everything manifest. You make everything they're trying to put on you bounce back to them. The laws make it bounce back to them, the negativity, and your positivity automatically come back to you. That's why it's in the scripture, bless those who curse you, bless those who despitefully use you, because the law of repetition can only let a blessing come round for a blessing, a curse for a curse, and not a curse for a blessing. But if both sides, the east and west side, is willing for each other to be blessed, automatically blessings materialize. Then for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. That means both sides has created a blessing for themselves to reap. That's like a family willing for each other to be blessed. They have created blessings for themselves to reap. Now, the law of repetition must make a blessing go around for a blessing automatically. The whole group will be blessed. So, if the whole human race will for each other to be blessed, will for each other to have prosperity and good fortune, can you see what must automatically happen? So this is the solution. We must teach a belief system that causes people to will the best for each other, because the action of willing is the only entity in the universe that make things manifest. And this is the solution that the intelligence that governed the entire universe gave me, and I promised that I would pass it on to the people of the planet Earth. Even if you are a life form somewhere else in the universe, these laws or these principles apply to every living thing in the universe. Whatever you will to happen to another, you're preparing to happen to yourself. It's like the saying, if you dig one ditch, you might as well dig two, because you'll fall in one yourself. The last thing, I believe, it depends on how the Spirit leads me. The last thing I'm going to say is this. Here's two facts that the intelligence that governed the entire universe gave me to prove to me without a shadow of a doubt that it's mind over matter, and that every human being on this planet has the ability to make material matter manifest from their imagination alone. We are able to create our dreams and desires from our imaginations alone, automatically. Now here is the two universal facts. These facts are true throughout the universe. And like I said, I didn't think of these facts myself. I received them as I meditated on the intelligence that governed the entire universe for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All creations created or made by any living thing must be a vision, imagine, or an idea first. All creations created or made by any living thing must be a vision, imagine, or an idea first. This is the fact that the intelligence that governed the entire universe brought my attention to. And it made perfectly clear sense. Everything that's created by God, God saw a vision of it first. God knew what it was going to look like first. That intelligence that governed the entire universe created the vision of it first, and then said be, and then willed for the vision to be. Everything made by man or woman, the car, the computers, the light bulb, the telephone, all the machinery, was visualized by them first. Before a bird even fly south for the winter, it must be visualized. Before a fish swim from one place to another, before an animal do anything, they must visualize it, and then it happens. So if everybody on the planet was told they could get $1 billion if they could show something created or made by any living thing that wasn't visualized first, or there wasn't a vision, imagine, or an idea first, nobody get one dime of that money. So this is a 360-degree fact that I didn't make up, but it's a fact that I received in meditation. Now, the second fact is this. This is a deep fact as well. All creations created are made by any living thing except change, has weight and occupies space. Change is just motion. It occupies space, but it doesn't have weight. Mind over matter, my brother. Change is just motion. Change occupies space, but it doesn't have weight. But everything